News, your top news service for news. Now, we all know GCPD covers all the great stories from the business to the politics, but today we're going to be going outside of our borders and dealing with world news. Today's top story is that Alibaba has revealed plans for the United States stock market listing. Now, Alibaba is the Chinese online retailer giant, and they have announced plans for a flotation into the United States, saying that the move will make it a more global company. Now, the move has been widely predicted by analysts who expect it to be the biggest share offering by a tech firm since Facebook's flotation in 2012. They predict that the listing will raise somewhere around $15 billion. However, Alibaba did not reveal when the initial public offering would take place or on which exchange. Now, this move is expected to benefit Yahoo, which owns a significant stake in Alibaba and could see the value of its investment rising considerably. Now, the Alibaba Group is already the world's largest online retailer with more than 500 million customers and more than 800 million product listings. And after this flotation, it will increase. Now, stepping aside from Chinese news, let's see what's happening in Europe. Europe has been backing calls for a universal smartphone charger. Now, we all know about that maddening scramble to find the right charger for your smartphone, but that could be coming to an end. European politicians have backed a regulation that will force smartphone makers to use just one type of charger. Now, the regulation was drawn up to help consumers to cut down on the amount of electronic waste. Now, unfortunately, this regulation is still only a draft law, but it must be approved by the European Council of Ministers. However, the body has already given its informal backing to the law, suggesting that it will finally be approved. Now, the design of charger being favored by the council is the micro USB connector. Now, this is a format used on many handsets and other devices currently. Now, stepping aside from Europe overall and shrinking down to dealing with Scotland. Scottish independence has finally come, and the First Minister of Scotland says that UK should share a currency. Scotland's First Minister has already said that a shared currency after independence would be the best option for Scotland and the rest of the United Kingdoms. Alex Salmond, he is Scotland's First Minister. He said that a range of options on the currency has been set out by an expert panel, but a shared sterling union was the one it recommended. Unfortunately, though, United Kingdom's Chancellor George Osborne again said that a currency union would not happen. Mr. Osborne had appeared on BBC's Andrew Marr show along with the Labour Shadow Chancellor Ed Balls, who has agreed with the Chancellor that a currency union would not be negotiated should Scotland vote for independence in September's referendum. Now, which specific capital of a country has been restricting car use after the pollution has hit record highs? You'll have to find out after the break. But now, a word from our sponsor. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Steve Steak. Now, we all know that Steve Steak likes one thing, a good old-fashioned steak. But you know what the problem is? You gotta wait for it. You gotta put the steak on, you gotta wait. You gotta flip the steak over, you gotta wait. So I thought to myself, I need a way that I can get a steak even faster. And that's exactly what I did. I invented the nuclear-powered grill. It uses uranium and other such fancy things, and it can cook a steak in 2 seconds flat. Out of our 10 participants, the 2 survivors said that they couldn't even tell the difference. So why don't you go ahead and give me a call at 1-800-MEAT-NOW. That is again 1-800-MEAT-NOW. And now back to our everyday news. Paris is the capital that has been restricting car use after pollution hits record highs. Alternative driving may be introduced in the French capital, Paris, in an attempt to tackle dangerous levels of air pollution. From Mondays, drivers will only be able to use their vehicle every other day. Now, this is the second time since 1997 that such a restriction has been enforced. This is because the capital's air quality has been the worst on record. French environmental agencies say that it is rivaling the Chinese capital, Beijing, one of the world's most polluted cities. Now, the government will review pollution levels on Mondays before deciding whether to extend the driving restrictions for longer. So from air pollutions to universal smartphone chargers, this has been Adrian for GCPD News, signing off.